Well, we did pretty good in episode 95. And here we are in 96 already. And I started breaking off more pieces. And I need two more of these little booms that go on the back of the ship. So I broke them off. They're J9s. And I need two J42s and two J41s. So I check on my J sprue and, well, here they are, 41 and 42. I check the other J sprue, 41 and 42, but the pieces are missing. So, you know how it is to easily blame somebody else, right? So right away I thought, uh-oh, Trumpeter shortchanged me here. So, a few minutes ago, I went through my video. You remember about 2 months ago when I first got all this stuff? We did a box opening video and I showed everything. Well, when I got to the J sprues, I was holding them in such a way that if I use sort of like stop action and stop the action just in the right spot, I could clearly see that each sprue had one of these little things on it that, well, for goodness sakes, they look like a J. But that's not what they are. They're some kind of vent. Anyway, I'll show you. Now, I said that you could clearly see. Well, that isn't 100% true. You can see if you know where to look. And there was 4. Now there's only 2. I'll keep my eyes open, but the chances of finding the 2 that I accidentally broke off, well, it's almost non-existent. Now, before we get going too far here, these little booms right here, that we didn't know what they were, well, I have been clued in finally. And thanks to a couple of viewers, they suggested that they were actually to help hang off the side of the ship anti-torpedo nets. So I googled it. Sure enough, what they used to do on warships from the late 1800s up through until, and maybe also including, the Second World War is that they would hang these nets along the outside of the ship. And these just sort of help keep them out. That way if a torpedo came in, it would hit the net first before it hit the ship. Made sense. But obviously they weren't too effective because they quit using them during the Second World War. So, yeah. I don't think I'll ever forget all the messing around we did with the anchors on the bow. This one goes on the stern, J45. Goes on the stern right there. Let's try not to mess this one up. We are now on step 16. I have all the plastic pieces broken off the sprue, or maybe I should say snipped off the sprue, except for the photo etch pieces. And 16 is the only one that seems to have photo etch. For instance, here photo etch C4. Well, that's this one right here. Little ladder with a very, very delicate handrail. It's going to be interesting to see how that bends. And then there's some sort of hatch covers here. Now step 16 is the last step for the main deck. Once all those pieces are found and painted and put on, then, well, we start the superstructure. You know, like the turrets and stuff like that. But that may not be for a couple of days. In fact, it may not be for 2 or 3 weeks because we only have 4 more episodes left before we start on the little clock. This is 96, so there's 97, 98, 99, and 100. So all being well, on Friday, we'll be starting the little clock. Oh, and by the way, somebody was wondering, will they be able to see it? Yeah, I plan to do it just the same way I've always done before when I've done a project in the workshop. This is just a piece of glass. Got it from the dollar store. It was in a picture frame that I got for $1. Now, where do you get a sheet of glass for $1? Anyway, I got my sheet of photo etch here, and I'm going to fasten it down. Now, I don't think you call these a sprue. Just fastening it down so it doesn't want to slide around on me. Alrighty, so we need this one right here, number 4. And I don't know if you can see that or not, but the railing is extremely delicate. I'll slip on the macro lens and zoom right in, and I'll try and see if I can cut this without breaking that railing. This is going to be the most delicate photo etch I think I've cut to date. Okay, I moved in now about as close as I can get without sticking the extension tubes on my macro lens, which, yes, it will make things bigger, but then they're not as sharp for some reason. So anyway, I suppose if you're watching it on your cell phone, the extension tubes will make it better, but if you're watching it on a 4K monitor, it's not going to make a whole lot of difference. Yeah, you'll be seeing it bigger, but it'll be fuzzier. Anyway, enough of that. You notice that my utility knife here, or my accent blade, it's just not quite as sharp as maybe as it should be, and I have to try and cut right here. You can see the railing. Oh, by the way, when you get these sheets of photo etch, they come with plastic stuck on both sides. I have removed it from this side here, but the other side, the plastic is still there. So it sort of helps to support the edge or this very delicate little piece here. Anyway, I'm going to put on another blade, and I have to try and cut right along the edge there of that railing without breaking it. And as you can imagine, it's going to be pretty iffy. Now, before I talk about the mistake that I almost made, I thought you might like to see the difference in the two blades. This one here, well, that's the old one, and here's the brand new one. And you notice that the tip is much sharper. And that's what's going to do the cutting, the tip. Now, the mistake I almost made is, I don't want number 5. I want number 4. Okay, here we go. I guess you notice I made a bit of a change here. Got a piece of white paper as a background instead of that cloth that we had before. And I got my magnifying hood on, and I'm down here as close as I can get. Whoops. Now, go up against the edge of the rail. Got it. Now if I can do the same on the other side. Yeah, I got it. Okay. Now, up here and here. Up here might not be quite as sharp for you because the camera is set at about a 45-degree angle. And so the center's in perfect focus, but what's further away and closer up now. Can I get that off of there without bending it the wrong way? There. I got it. Remind me when I go to the hobby store next time that I better buy another package of these. I think there's 15 in a little box. What I like about this particular way of buying them is they come with a little slot that you can stick the blade in that's dull, and you're not going to be poking yourself with it later. I think I've only got 4 left out of 15. I've had this for about 2-3 years. Well, maybe longer now, I guess. I just finished removing this one here. It's a catwalk that goes along the side, along the side of the air vents. And if you remember a couple of days ago, or about a week ago, I accidentally painted the wrong side. So when I stick this down on the double-sided tape, I'm going to have to make sure that I, have it the right way up. In the meantime, I need 14 number 4s here. I'll just show you doing one. Now, we already did a whole bunch of number 5s quite a while ago. They were for those vents. Now, a while ago, I think it was Jim down in Tennessee said, when I was having a terrible time picking these things up, he says, why don't you just lick the end of your finger and pick it up? I'm pretty sure it was him that said that, so I'm going to try that. So I licked my finger. Well, there we go. Yeah. Now, I had hoped to get a little bit more done here today. But later on, there's going to be a concert, and I'm planning on going. Now, this is the same group that my wife used to sing with years ago. And so when they did their concert at Christmas time, I was wondering, how was it going to go? If I was to attend, would I feel very, as you say, verklempt and not be able to, enjoy it? But it went quite well. So I'm going to go again. I'm not religious at all anymore, but I do like the singing. And, so I guess it's kind of hard to lick your finger and pick it up off of that sticky paper. Anyway, yeah, the licking finger thing doesn't work, Jim, unless I remove it from here first. There we go. Anyway, thanks for watching, and all being well, we'll see you tomorrow.